Hello. It's early in the morning, and but welcome to Niggas TV. Freddie. This is Freddie again. It's early in the morning. It is about 3:55, and I wanted to make a video. And basically, I've been seeing I've been slowly coming back into the YouTube blogging arena again, slowly. And what I wanted to talk about was what I saw on what's been kind of hot in social media right now. So it's been about this guy named Jacob Mason. I first heard about Jacob Mason from a couple other videos from this one brother, this mixed black brother he's a Jamaican Puerto Rican brother named Angel Jordan Ramirez. And he is talking about now he was talking about Jacob Mason. And Jacob Mason is I think he's a 22-year-old Italian guy. Saw a little clip of his info on another page with one sister, but basically I heard about Jacob Mason from Angel Jordan Ramirez, and what he was saying was this guy was making videos about how he was uplifting, praising black women. I found that he said he didn't like it because it basically came off as a fetish. You weren't really up. You were kind of a fetish-ish type of mentality. When I saw a couple of his videos, he doesn't have many, but just what I got from him, it felt kind of fetish-ish. And then I saw the commentary of Christelyn Karazin. Her opinion of Jacob Mason was different from mine and Angel's. Now, me and Angel were like, sis, I don't know. No, Christelyn Karazin was basically saying that black women, you don't have to be so cautious. He's uplifting you, he's praising you, and and Christelyn Karazin basically does the whole interracial dating thing. She promotes alternative dating for black women who can't find a good black man. I'm making this video because I'm basing my thoughts and my input on what this was about, based off of what Angel made. Now, he just said in his video, and I'll put the link of what Angel said, what Christelyn Karazin said, and a link to Jacob's videos so you can get a better perspective of things. But I'm just letting you know about what I thought. Now, I take that as an air of caution with Angel Ramirez. I mean, not Angel Ramirez, I mean Jacob. I take what Jacob Mason is saying different. He's coming from a different perspective. White guy praising black women. You want to do it, go ahead, right? But when it's coming off that kind of fetish-ish, I find that kind of disturbing. Here's why. Now, depending on what perspective your position is interracial dating and black couples and relationships, you're gonna have a different perspective. Angel Ramirez is all about black love, nothing but that's his preference, right? Now, I don't know what kind of women he grew around. I'm assuming nothing but black women, or mostly kind of Afro-Latino, Afro-Caribbean women. That's his preference, anything black. Now, me, I grew up around a lot of mixed women, biracial women, all different shades. So, you know, you'll catch me with a Hispanic or a mixed woman. Often she is like half black or whatever, but that's what I grew up around a lot. Fun with kind of a brown skin, brown chick, something like that. Now, this guy prefers black women, okay, whatever. And I take it as an air of caution and warn people to just kind of not take him so seriously and don't be so invested in what he's saying, because my friend, a friend of mine who had never dated outside of her race, I have, she didn't know what she was getting into. And she did not know what to expect. She was dating a Mexican. And upon dating him, she was like, it was something new. She was hurt by black men. And now she just was hurt by this guy because he was letting a lot of what his family was saying to her go unchecked. He did not stand up for her that much. He didn't stick up for her as much as he could, because they're making references to her blackness and her being a dark-skinned girl, and that really didn't go well over for her. And I told her, don't ever date a man outside your race. If he is going to let basically that if he's going to let you be disrespected when it comes to racial comments, having negative attitudes towards your ethnicity, basically, and it really let his family get away with it, you know? So that's how I took it. I told her, like, don't ever date any man outside your race. Yeah, I mean, like, you have no business being with any man outside your race. This is from one of my best friends. You have no business dating a man outside your race. And this is coming from who has dated outside the race. You have no business dating outside your race if that man is going to let you be disrespected and not stick up and stand up for you. I don't care how much he praises you. That could be his first black woman or his 29th black woman. It don't fucking matter. And I say that from a different perspective. I've seen how women of different races, yeah, they like black men, but we're fetishes in some cases. We're having to talk, me and my friend, we were having to talk like other people of other races, they like sleeping with us. They like hanging out with us. They experience us. We're like a fetish. But how many of them actually love us? How many of them actually want to be with us? This is my personal experience. Like, I've been kind of like, I'm not opposed to interracial dating, but my perspective has changed a lot in the last couple years. It's like you talk to someone and you get to know them and they don't mind being with a black person, but what they say kind of turns you off after a while. It's like, can you really understand what it's like to be with a black person, knowing that whatever things that I go through as a black man or what this black woman will go through, you have to be there for that. Especially if you have kids with this person, you are going to have to deal with that. You have to put up people in your race mistreating the person you love and the kids you had with this person. And if you can't be there with that and you want them to operate under the confines of race how you'll operate, we do not have the luxury, and your kids, your biracial kids, are not going to have the luxury of being so oblivious. That's that privilege. You got it. And privilege is not regulated to just money, okay? And how hard you work and obstacles. It's different types of privilege. And this guy, Jacob Mason, that's what these three sisters who tried to talk to him and said, what could you know what it's like to be with a black woman? What kind of struggle? How can you relate? He blocked 3 black women when they were kind of questioning him on, what do you know what it's like to be with a black woman? How can you relate? What's your do you know her struggles? Like, can you endure that with her? Stuff like that. Which is, in one sense, what I've been so kind of in, which is one of the reasons why I've been so, second thought, if the girl likes me, if the girl is not black, she likes me, I've been kind of cautious because I know where it could lead to. I know that I know that her liking me and being with me, she'll have to deal with shit. And we grow up with it and we have to have thick skin. Can she deal with that? It's not going to work if she is not wanting to ride with that. And that's, a lot of us end up breaking up. That's why you see black men with well, that's why you see a lot of Hispanic and white women with a biracial kid and no black man in sight. Because, not that I have talked to a lot of women in depth about what their black man was like, who were black, who were not white, who I'm trying to say is not it. I haven't got to talk in depth with women who have kids with black men and have been with a black man and have children. But what it's always looking like is there's always something missing there with that relationship. There's always something missing when the father's absent. What I find missing is, my impression is, was there something missing with that black man? Or was it something missing with that woman that he's with, and that whole race thing came up with that kid? Now it might just be like it was just a dysfunctional relationship altogether. But it makes me think, like, you gotta make a better choice of who you choose to lay up with. And do they want to go with that journey with you? So when Jacob Mason blocked these 3 sisters, it kind of told me right there, you can't handle being questioned directly. Did you even think about it? Because if you can't really deal with, oh, I love this, but how much do you love a black woman? Really, because because let's think about it. Black men get beat up and bashed every day by black women for uplifting white women or anyone who's not black or light. A little bit too light, a little bit too European looking. So when I saw it, someone who like, hey, you'll catch me with a Hispanic chick or a biracial chick who often they always tend to be they're usually half black anyway, but that's what I grew up around a lot. I've grown up further, but I regardless of what person you're dating, at least I will go into it knowing that she understand me, does she know what type of brother she's dealing with. That's what do you know what are you willing to do a journey with me, because I find that I just hook up whoever I can relate to, who can relate to me. And if Jacob Mason cannot relate to whatever black woman you like, whatever type of black woman he likes, he might like them African American or Afro-Caribbean, whatever, the ethnicity or whatever socioeconomic background that this girl's from. You're gonna have to go there with her. You know, there's certain things you have to know about whatever type of black woman you're dating. And if you just want her to operate under the same conditions as you would be, as you have the privilege of doing, Jacob Mason, because there is a privilege. It's not just regulated to financial success. There's a privilege of you not even have to deal with the negative comments that other races of people will bring to your face, and what other people will bring to your girl if you don't stand up for your girl and you try to bowl it over and ignore it. Then you have no business dating a black woman. You have no business if you can't relate to her, you're gonna try to understand that you're gonna go with her for the long run. You have no business trying to go do that. And I would caution any sister just who chooses to be with a guy who does that. I'm not saying don't date who you want. Do what you want to do. I'd be a hypocrite if I just told you. Because I just told you, you might catch you with an Hispanic chick or a mixed chick. But that's what I was around, right? And maybe he was around some black women, a lot. But you need to be careful. But I'm telling you, be careful. Why? Because he's coming off kind of fetish-ish to me. He's coming off really like he needs, to satisfy his own inner desires. Like, does he really genuinely love stuff about a black woman versus her physical? Excuse me.
Purchase your tracks today.
So, and what else could I say? Be careful. Use it. Take Jacob Mason as air of caution. And I would tell you this. Here's what black men do. Let me give you a tip. We black men, let's say, strictly, and since this is a black-white thing, not a black and black-white thing, I noticed that my observation when looking on the other side, black men who are dating white women, and I noticed that the white girls who are dating nothing but black men. Sometimes amongst the demographic, because there's kind of like, I'm from California, so I see this all the time. And I know black women and white girls who are black men and white girls who are in relationships, and they're pretty, for the most part, pretty solid relationships. However, amongst the demographic of white women that I noticed by observation who date strictly black men, there's a particular kind, the ones who make a fetish out of black men, the ones who date those black men who are real hootie rah-rah hood nigga type. Those are the ones you want to watch out for. And those who really make a fetish out of black men. Like, I've never been with a black man, but I really want to. Like, if they make a fetish out of you, if they make a fetish out of a black man, you might want to avoid that. because she doesn't know what she's getting. She has some odd perceptions and misguided about what she wants. Okay, and now I've talked to some girls. I've talked to some white girls who, and I asked them, what do you like about black men? Or how did you end up liking them? Well, they grew up around them when they were younger. They went to school with a lot of them. They were exposed to them, and they just stuck ever since. Okay, I can respect that. Now, black men, same thing. Went to a school, grew up around them, end up liking them. They don't make too much of a fetish out of them, but when they do, that's kind of a red flag. So you go over to white guys who might have a fetish about black women. You might want to pay attention to the ones that they like. If you're going to date outside your race, and this person has a consistency of dating black people or people of color, look at the type of people that they date. Are these decent people? Are these people who are just normal, upstanding people with good head in their shoulder, with a good head in their shoulders? Then okay, then they're solid. But if they make a fetish, and out of you, if they don't stand up for you, if they don't defend you, if they don't say, this is my girlfriend, if they ain't putting pictures of you on their Facebook, and they don't have the wallpaper with your face on it when they flick at the lock screen, and then right there, this is my girlfriend. If they said, this is my black girlfriend, if they ain't doing that, if they ain't treating you the way they treated that white girl when they dated them, if they ain't operating that fashion, not to say this would treat you like a white girl, but if not treating you like they did the last girlfriend, like this is my boo, then no, stay clear away from dudes like that. And I'm telling you from experience, I'm telling you from a perspective of a dude who has been put on the chopping block where girls had fucked up and with me, who were not black and had some odd perceptions about black men. Literally, no joke. Like we be talking and they'll slip up and say something about, like for example, I was talking to a couple years ago, right? I was sitting. There's this one white chick. We were just sitting there chilling. I didn't know. She came in with some of my Mexican friends in this bar, and we were sitting down. Now I didn't even know that she found me attractive, whatever. But we're sitting down. I kind of figured out that she was like, okay, she was kind of feeling whatever. We're sitting down, and we shared a bottle. Went to her friend's car. We took the bottle out, sat down. Now, she was saying, oh, her friend like to rap, right? And then we found out that we had a friend that went to the same high school. She lived in the same city as me at one point in her life. And then she said, yeah, my friend likes to rap, but he can act like such a nigger. Now, that was just a bold little statement. That's like nothing really. The fact that she said it's a statement, but you're like, what do you say in conversation when ain't no black people around? This might go up to 30 minutes, I'm just saying. So, be careful about what this person says. Like, be very careful. So, don't trust Jacob Mason. Do not trust Jacob Mason. Using him as an air of caution. Especially keeps on making videos. Here's what I like about black women. Here's what I like about black women. Here's what I like. I don't give a fuck what you like. You could be... I'm not looking... Because you become conscious, it changes your world. Because here's the thing. When you become conscious, right? regardless of where you came from. I don't care if you were the coon of all coons or you were the most radical of people, whatever. You come to light and you're like, let me ease up on everything that I've ever said and done. And I look at shit like this differently now. I don't look at interracial dating the same, like, this is all peach and cream, ain't nothing, there's nothing wrong with it. There's positives of interracial dating and there's negatives. My radar of Jacob Mason is on the negative side. Then it's kind of like a underside than a positive. Compliments cool. You are on some, I want to be with black woman, you on some slave master shit. You want some slave master shit. You have a following because, and the thing is, black women, I know that you're not used to hearing that a lot from other races of men, but you need to be careful. I'm not saying don't date men outside your race if that's what you want to do, but I'm saying be careful. If they keep on making references to how sexy, how your physical is, they just have a damn fetish. I heard white men talk about, yeah, they slept with black women. Some of them have slept with several, more than one. But I don't catch, and this is a guy, I'm around a lot of people. I'm around a lot of different races of people. And I don't see too many relationships with a black woman and but I've heard often that they have slept with y'all. Now, if that's what y'all want to do, that's fine. I'm saying this as a black person. Because I go back to what my one friend, my best friend, his sister, who complained so much how this guy who wasn't black hurt her heart as much as every other black guy. That was her first interracial relationship. And since I had someone who'd done it all the time, you gotta be careful. Because you're gonna hear something. You're gonna hear something that a person who's not black, matter of fact, yeah. I knew this one chick, right? I fell in love with her. She was a couple years older than me. She was with several black guys. And I was on a date with her one day. And she was kind of a white Mexican mix or whatever, but the thing is, I knew her for a couple years. And what she said was, I didn't know this. I didn't know this came out of her mouth one day. It was like a couple months ago. She was just like, she said, there was this guy who asked her for a cigarette, some homeless dude. And he was gonna fight her. And he was trying to fight her. He was trying to fight her, and he basically got in her face, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck you doing? He's like, you a bitch. I'm like, I'll call her a bitch. I was like, we almost got to fighting. Then he backed off. And then we're walking around the corner. It was just like, he said, man, that guy's such a nigger. He was like, that guy's a nigger. I'm like, purchase your tracks today. So, now, I hear these conversations. That's why I'm like, whoa. People slip the fuck up and reveal what they really think to you. So, interracial dating is not all peaches and cream. I don't care what black men uplift. Any black man who uplifts another race or woman, I'm telling you, there's a positive side and a dark side of this shit. That's why I've been so kind of like ease off it a little bit. And I'll only choose to date someone who can relate. I find that will relate to me. black or not. You know, it's like I have some conversations and chats with some sisters, and I'm like seeing, okay, what's over here? Do I like her, or do I like this chick? Do I like the brown? Do I like this light skin chick or dark skin chick? Do I like this black chick or this Puerto Rican chick? You know, I'm still seeing what I like, whatever. But I go in with a mindset of, can you relate to me? Fuck what I like. Fuck what I'm doing at the time. What is, especially if you're like, oh, I love black men. Watch out for that. But yes, Jacob Mason, this, be careful. I'm saying as a brother, like, be careful. Been there, done that. Be careful. You ain't been there. Some of y'all ain't even been there. Ain't even used to hearing a white guy lift up black women.
Purchase your tracks today.
But if just be careful. I'm not saying, I'm just like, be careful. But that's all. See ya.